Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Monday live stream. We're back on Monday this week instead of Tuesday. Had technical difficulties last week, and that's not happening today. So, let me show you what we are doing today. I'm going to... There we go. I'll show you the screen. This is what we're doing today. 2019 streaming bracket. I've got 16 streaming services, and we're going to be battling out between all of those. So that is the plan today. Hello, Caleb. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to make sure that everybody who needs to know that we're streaming knows that we are streaming. Okay. There we go. All right, so I think we're going to be ready to go. We're going to wait for a few people to pop in before we really get things going. But let's see. Project wants me to make a video on Hotstar. I don't know Hotstar. Is it available in the U.S.? I'm not sure. But I've heard the name. I know the name, but I haven't really looked into it yet. So. Maybe at some point. All right. So, got a few people in here. Diana, Ken, Josh. Welcome, Josh. Okay. I am decidedly, Jared, not a playa. I'm not exactly even sure what that means, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not it. So, guten Tag, Uwe. I am... Okay, so let me pull this back. I've got this ready to go. I was inspired to do a bracket from a live stream that I did over the weekend on a different channel. And this is the result of that. So I wanted to bracket all of the major streaming services, at least the ones here in the US. There are some more, and you can blame me later for the ones that we're missing out on, but I basically narrowed it down to 16 major streaming platforms, and we can decide which one is the ultimate best. There are a few wrinkles in here. I included not just on-demand services, but also live TV services as well. So you have things like YouTube going up against Fubo down here in the corner. You have Hulu going up against Pluto TV. So Hulu is a paid one. Pluto is a free one. Anyway, so there's lots of different types of streaming services in there, and we're going to talk about which ones might be the best. All right, so Caleb, Hotstar is an Indian streaming service. Had a terrible Office remake. I might actually be interested in seeing that. That sounds fun. Okay. So Uwe thinks YouTube TV is going to win. Let's see. Hello, Cosmere Podcast. Nice to see you. Does the Hulu one include live TV? That's a great question. I had Hulu and Hulu Live TV separated, but ultimately I ended up combining them. You might think that I did the same thing with YouTube and YouTube TV, but YouTube and YouTube TV are so different from each other, and they're separated by this wall, that I thought it was a little more appropriate to keep those separated than YouTube and YouTube Live. Since YouTube Live is more of like Hulu Live is more of a section or whatever. It's a category within Hulu. So I thought it was a little more appropriate to keep those together. So, let's see. Diana thinks Hulu's going to win. What is YouTube TV, Josh? YouTube TV is a live TV streaming service, so it's a cable replacement by YouTube, but it gives you all your broadcast and cable channels, a live TV feed, and that's about it. All there is to it. Okay, so Caleb says YouTube may win this with billions of hours of content. Yeah, but when you have content like this, who knows? Maybe it won't do so well. I guess we'll see. All right, so Project thinks YouTube's going to win. Who knows? We are going to see. The problem is that in round 2, YouTube may go up against Disney Plus or PlayStation View. We will see. I'm You guys, I'm really interested to see what happens with this bracket. Well, Jared says, "Oh no, Disney Plus is going against." Oh, your PSView. So you love PSView. I understand and I sympathize, but I have a feeling that Disney Plus would stomp most of what's on this bracket, even though it hasn't been released yet. And that's the thing. That's another wrinkle that I put in here. I included Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Apple TV Plus, and none of these have been released yet. Apple TV Plus will come out on November 1st. HBO Max will take the place of, well, in a bracket like this, I was going to put in HBO Now, but I decided to just put in HBO Max because it's going to be coming soon enough that we might as well consider what we know about it in a bracket like this. Okay, so we've got a few people in now. We've been going about 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to do our very first matchup, which is Amazon Prime Video versus YouTube TV. So, Amazon Prime Video, let's go through some strengths and weaknesses here. Amazon Prime Video doesn't have a massive original library. They do have some good ones, things like Man in the High Castle, The Boys. They've got some, but it's not. I don't think they have quite the same draw of originals as you get with like Netflix or Hulu, or certainly coming up there'll be Apple TV Plus is going to have a lot of good originals. Anyway, but what they do have, Amazon Prime Video, what they do have is the rest of the Prime suite, and so how do we consider that? Prime Video is kind of tied in with the rest of Prime with the free shipping and the music and the storage and all that stuff that you get with Prime. Is that enough to kind of to elevate Amazon Prime Video above YouTube TV? So YouTube TV, like I was just saying, this is a live TV streaming service. It has a pretty good DVR, has really good channel selection, good local channel coverage. It's a good live TV service. As far as where I rank live TV streaming services, YouTube TV and Hulu Live are generally at the top these days. So it is a really good one. And so I am going to now kick it over to you guys in the comments. I think for you, the comments are right there. But go into the chat box and vote either Prime Video or YouTube TV. Tell me what you think. I have a vote as well. And so, and my vote is maybe the most important one because I have the keyboard, so I can decide which one actually moves on. But okay, so I've got James, Nancy, Diana. You're all saying YouTube TV. Let's see. Uwe says YouTube. Okay, so we're getting a few. All right. Let me count these. 1, 2, 3 for YouTube TV, 4 for YouTube, Prime, and YouTube. Prime from Caleb. Oh boy. Josh, Prime Video. This is closer than I thought it was going to be. It is like comparing apples and oranges, Doris. That's the fun of it. This is not a serious thing. We're not actually saying which one is better, but maybe the question is, which one would you be less likely to live without? Which one do you want to live with less? Or live without less? That didn't make any sense. Which one do you want to stick around, So let's see. David Lee, YouTube TV, that's 6. Josh, you already voted. Halim says Prime. Kevin says Prime. Roger says Prime. We're not on to Philo yet. We're just Prime versus YouTube TV. Prime Video from Jared. Jared, did you already vote? I can't even keep track. You guys, I think I'm going to give this, which one gets your money? Cosmere, thank you. That's a good way to put it. Which one gets your money? Assume you're going to pay for one of them and not the other. Prime Video, it is the cheaper one for sure. Fake news. All right, I'm giving it to Prime. Prime Video moves on. I can't believe YouTube TV was eliminated in the first round. Okay, so this is good. I'm gonna get everybody mad at me in the chat because I'm choosing the wrong one or something. I don't know. Okay, time specific for vote. I can do that. All right. So next up, we've got Pluto TV versus Hulu. So again, this is Hulu and Hulu Live. We're including the entire suite in there. But you could make the argument that Hulu Live might not be worth it, but it's great to get Hulu for $7 or $6. And you're happy to watch commercials. You pay $6, you get a lot of great content. Pluto TV is a free service, and don't start voting yet. If you start voting yet, I'm not going to be able to count them because I just got to get through the services on each. So hold those votes, and then when I say when I say start voting, that's when you'll start typing them in. Thank you, Chris. My spreadsheet skills are in the toilet, but I've got the basics at least. Where is he? Josh would tell you that my spreadsheet skills are terrible. All right. Pluto TV is a free streaming service, and it's live TV. It's not the same channels that you're used to, that you don't have like the same cable and network channels, but they have smaller independent networks that show a lot of the same things, a lot of movies and shows that you can get on Pluto TV. It's available on pretty much every device. It's commercial supported, and it's absolutely free. So that's going to be its major selling point, is that it's absolutely free. Hulu's major selling point, it should be pretty obvious. It's Hulu. It's got a ton of original content. It's got the ability to add on live TV, but you don't have to. So you can choose your package with that. So in 10 seconds, I'm going to open up the voting, and the voting will be open for 30 seconds. All right. So 3, 2, 1, start voting, and we will start keeping track. All right. Okay, Reliance, we're not on Philo yet. All right, so we got 1 for Hulu, 2 for Hulu, 3 for Hulu, Hulu. Oh, sorry, Hulu. Yeah, Hulu. Caleb, stop it. All right. Hulu, Pluto, oh no, sorry, Pluto. I thought, Caleb, I told you to stop it. I thought you meant Philo. A couple for Pluto, 3 for Pluto, 4 for Pluto. But it looks like Hulu is running away with this one. Hulu is up over 10. So, all right, we'll call it there. Hulu is the winner and moves on to round 2. Okay. Next up, Philo versus Apple TV Plus. This should be really interesting because, as you can see in the chat box, Philo's fans are enthusiastic, shall we say. It's the same thing with PlayStation View fans, and I am not saying that is bad or wrong. I think that they are both services with a lot to recommend them. But the question is, what do we think of Philo as it is versus Apple TV Plus as we think it's going to be? Apple TV Plus has not yet been released. That is due for release on November 1st. And Philo is already out there. So if you're curious about what Philo is, it's a cheaper live TV streaming service with a sort of pared down offering. So I think it's still $16 a month. Have they raised the price? Somebody can correct me. But Philo TV, it doesn't do any sports channels. It doesn't do any local networks, but it does do some popular cable channels at a lower price, a much lower price than you're going to get at most other streaming services like Sling, like AT&T TV Now, like YouTube TV. And so its major draw is cable channels at a low price. Apple TV Plus is not going to have a ton of live channels or things like that, but what it is going to have is a lot of really big marquee original content right away. And so we're talking about things from Oprah and Steven Spielberg and Jason Momoa and Reese Witherspoon and Steve Carell and all these big names either acting or producing or directing these big shows. It is promising to be great, and it is promising to be pretty cheap. So they are starting that at $5 a month. Gosh, reviewed before I started this. I'm trying to remember, but or was it $6 a month? Anyway, they're undercutting. I think it's $5. They're undercutting Disney Plus's price, and they're giving it a year free with any device that you purchase. So if you get an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac, you can get Apple TV Plus free for a year. And it's looking pretty sweet. So between the two of them, all right. So in 5 seconds, I'm going to open up voting. and you guys can take it away from there. Ready? Go! Vote! Philo or Apple TV? Philo or Apple TV? What do we got? Okay, so Philo is $20 a month now. Good to know. Thank you very much. All right. Go ahead and vote for your favorite Apple TV Plus. Philo, Apple TV, Apple, Philo, Apple, Philo, Philo, Apple, Philo, Philo, Apple, Apple. They're neck and neck, you guys. This is killing me. Got 10 more seconds to vote. Philo, Philo, Apple, Philo. I am shocked. You guys, I'm shocked right now. Still vote Philo. Okay. All right. Philo, Apple TV. Oh, sorry. Apple TV, Apple TV. Oh, they're still neck and neck. I'll give you 5 seconds. Right there, George. Right in the chat. Right there. Let me know what you like. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. You guys, it was so close. It was so close. All right. I'm calling it, what was that? Like 19 to 17 for Philo. Philo won. That is, I'm not sad about that, but I am very surprised. I thought that you guys would definitely choose Apple TV Plus over that. Do we, I know, Will, YouTube lost to Prime Video. I'm surprised at the results so far, except for Hulu. That makes a lot of sense. All right. CBS All Access versus Tubi. CBS All Access is just what it sounds like. It's CBS. They do have some original shows, and you can watch CBS feeds live. They also have a ton of NFL content. I'm trying to remember. I believe CBS is, they carry NFC, and then the AFC is on Fox. It might be reversed. Forgive me, I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but one of the leagues in the NFL has a contract with CBS, so you can watch like over 100 NFL games this season on CBS. You can watch that live. They've got Star Trek Discovery. They've got a few other original shows. CBS All Access is pretty great. And then Tubi. Tubi is similar to Pluto TV, except that Pluto TV mirrors a live cable service or something like that. It's got that grid that you can see what time a show is on. It's live stuff, right? Tubi mirrors what your experience is on Netflix, and so it's going to be tiles with on-demand content, but it is all similarly commercial supported. Otherwise, it's free. It is a free service. You can get it on Roku and Amazon and all these other places. Very popular free on-demand streaming service with a lot of good stuff. It's definitely, the selection isn't quite what you would get on a Netflix or a Hulu or something like that. But it is pretty darn good. So, CBS All Access. Oh, thank you, Daniel. AFC. Fox has NFC. Good. Okay, I got those backwards. All right, so CBS All Access versus Tubi. I'm going to open this up in 5 seconds and start voting. So we've got CBS over here, Tubi over here. This is probably a terrible way to keep track. I'm going to actually get ready, set, go. Start voting. And I'm going to keep track down here. Okay. Tubi, CBS, Tubi. 1, 2. Oh, geez, you guys are going so fast. This is killing me. I need a better system. I need a much, much better system. Okay. I'm just going to count them in a minute. Or I should say in about 10 seconds. You've got another 10 seconds to vote. And then I will go back and count. This one looks like another close one. Good heavens, you guys. All right, Evan. Hello, Evan. Okay, we're going to close the voting there with Kamran. All right, so Kamran's is the last one. And we're going to say Tubi got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. Sorry, restart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 for Tubi. Okay, all right. And then CBS got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. All right, CBS 1. Okay. I'm surprised again by how close that was. All right, should we flip over to the other side and get this round 1 out of the way? I gotta say, so far in round 1, I am, again, pretty surprised at some of the results and not so much at some of the others. Okay. So, AT&T TV Now. You guys, I hate this name so much. It's so bad. Are we just supposed to call it TV Now? Or are we supposed to call it AT&T TV Now? I don't know. But just to make my point of how much I hate it, I'm going to call it AT&T TV Now. Versus HBO Max. All right, again, HBO Max has not technically been released at this point, but we do have HBO Now, and so we can and we know what's going to be coming up with HBO Max, so we can make a pretty good guess. Now, AT&T TV Now, a few details on that. It was previously DirecTV Now, and so whatever your feelings are on DirecTV Now, maybe that can be shifted over to AT&T TV Now, because all it is a little rebrand there from AT&T to get it away from the DirecTV name. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same, although, what was it, a year ago or so, they did a massive price hike, and so now their packages start at $50 and go up to $70. They do include, as far as I know, they still include HBO in all of their packages. But otherwise, yeah, a regular live TV streaming service, much like Sling, YouTube TV, and Hulu. I was pretty high on them when they started DirecTV Now, but then they made a lot of decisions that, for me, made it crash pretty hard. But a lot of people still really like it. HBO Max, like I said, it's HBO. You get all the HBO Now stuff that you're used to, plus some new originals, and they're bringing in a lot of the library that they own. I believe they're bringing in Cinemax under this umbrella with HBO Max, although I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm like 95% sure. Anyway, so that's going to be on-demand content, obviously. And so I think we're ready to start voting on this one. Let's see. So in 5 seconds, we're going to start, and I'll give you 30 seconds, and we'll see where we're at. I'll try to keep track. All right. Ready, go. Okay, waiting for the votes to start rolling in. HBO Max, HBO, 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 HBO. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, neither. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I think we can pretty much call it for HBO. They take that round. Sling versus Netflix. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm really interested in how this one is going to go, because Sling, they're both kind of the pioneers in their field. And the field is a little bit different because Sling is live TV streaming and Netflix is on-demand streaming. And so obviously you know the history of each. Well, not obviously, but you know these names have been around a while. Sling is a subsidiary of Dish Network. So Dish was kind of the first big company to jump into the streaming TV breach. And so Sling has been around the longest, and it is in some ways still maybe the best. Although, like I said, my favorites these days are YouTube TV and Hulu Live. But for live TV streaming, Sling, the thing that I've always loved about Sling is that they give you the options with the blue and orange package. If you know you're only going to need the channels in one of those, you have the option to bring your price down. Now, as many people point out, Sling TV, if you get the orange plus blue, it's almost as expensive as the other ones, and then you get add-ons if you want your, French cinema or whatever. Your extra add-ons to Sling, it can get just as expensive or more so than any other streaming service. But I love that you have the option to keep that price low. Now, Netflix, it's like, I don't know. This is trying to explain the 800-pound gorilla in the room. It's an 800-pound gorilla. It's in the room. Netflix, first streaming service, major streaming service out there for on-demand content. They've got a massive library, including massive originals, or a massive library of originals. The only problem with Netflix going forward is that with all of these other companies taking their toys out of the sandbox and going home, Netflix is going to have a smaller library of outside third-party content going forward, especially in 2020 and 2021 and going forward. They're not going to have the Friends and Offices and other kind of licensed content. They are getting Seinfeld starting at the beginning of 2021. But point being, a lot of the Disney produced stuff or Universal produced stuff, whatever, they're getting their own streaming services, and so they're taking them off Netflix, maybe making it a little bit less attractive. The price point also might be a little bit less attractive on Netflix these days compared to how it used to be. So we are going to start the voting. Sling versus Netflix. Again, this is cross-genre. It's apples and oranges. The question is, which one are you most likely to give your money to going forward? And we'll start the voting in 5 seconds. Ready, set, go. All right, so got my magic counter fingers ready to go. This could be an interesting one. I suspect I know how it's going to go. Netflix, Netflix, Netflix. 3, 4, 5. Oh, geez. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 9, 10. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's about 30 seconds, and Netflix ran away with it. Holy smokes. I figured that would happen. So one question I've got is there were a few of you who voted for Sling. Let's see, where are you? Evan, Clark, Reliance, you guys voted for Sling. James, you voted for Sling. If you voted for Sling, I'm curious, is it because you love Sling TV and you really dig their service, or is it because you have something against Netflix and you just have that visceral hatred of Netflix? Not that is, so terribly, terribly wrong, but I am curious about what the reasoning is there. So let me know why you voted for Sling. I'm interested. That's true. Netflix is available worldwide. That's a great point, Praju. Bruce, you used to love Sling. Let's see. Netflix 2. Yeah, my live TV streaming service right now is Hulu Live for college football and NFL, but there's a part of me that wishes I would have gone with YouTube TV, but we'll use it this year, and then next year I'll try a different one. So. Okay, Reliance, Clark, you love, let's see. Reliance, you love Sling TV. Okay, well, there you go. Of course, yeah, it is, it's an unfair matchup, but, oh well. I literally, you guys, I rolled dice and then used that to determine where all these things went. So there's no rhyme or reason to where these all got seated. So anyway, all right, let's move on. This one, Disney Plus versus PlayStation Vue. One person already said that they are not excited about this because they love PlayStation Vue. Disney Plus is going to be a monster for a good reason. It has a ton of content coming up, $7 a month or $70 a year, and you get a giant chunk of the Disney vault. A lot of Disney originals, Disney Channel originals from the 90s, which I'm really looking forward to. A lot of Star Wars stuff, including new original Star Wars content. Same thing with the MCU. It's going to take them longer to claw back that MCU content from other streaming services, but once they do, the MCU will be there on Disney Plus. So you'll be able to stream that to your heart's content and new MCU content. That's going to take a little bit longer to come than the Star Wars content, but we will get things like Loki and Hawkeye and WandaVision. Anyway, so both have something to recommend themselves. PlayStation Vue, its big selling point for a long time has been its picture quality and the reliable picture quality that it provides. It historically has been one of the more expensive streaming services, but that's not necessarily the case anymore. When you've got AT&T TV Now, at least is as expensive, if not more so, for most of its packages. YouTube TV and Hulu Live are not cheap. Like I said, Sling TV has the option of being cheaper, but it also, if you want to get the same kind of things, the same kind of channel count that you would get with a PlayStation Vue or one of the other ones, then you are going to pay a little bit more for it. So anyway, it is, again, live TV versus on demand, and it's a live TV streaming service versus one that has not been released yet. So we feel like we know how Disney Plus is going to go, but we haven't. None of us have laid hands on it yet, as far as I know, unless one of you jumps into the chat and says that you're a beta tester for them. Anyway, let's start the voting in 5 seconds. Okay, ready, set, go. All right, this will be Disney over here. Disney. All right. Disney. Disney. PS Vue. Disney. Oh, PS Vue, Disney. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to keep track. Disney. PlayStation, Disney. Yeah, Disney's running away with it. Sling. Thanks, David. All right. Looks like Disney Plus has run away with this one, as I suspected it would. That does not mean that PlayStation Vue is not a good service. It's just, it's gonna be hard for it to compete with people's dollars when it comes to Disney Plus. All right, the last of round one. You guys, this is taking a little longer than I suspected, but it's fun. I like this. This is fun. All right, YouTube versus Fubo TV. Fubo, let's start with them. Another live TV streaming service. This one concentrates mostly on sports, but it concentrates most on football. That's where the name came from. Fubo TV, football TV, and so lots of soccer content from North America, South America, Central America. They do have, I think they have some Premier League events. What else do they have? Yeah, just lots of soccer content. They've got all the BN networks, and I think there's like 9 of them or something, so there's always some soccer to watch, but they also have some other sports as well. A lot of niche stuff. So on Fubo, you're not going to find a ton of like baseball, American football. You're not going to find a lot of hockey, maybe a little hockey, but it's a little more focused on soccer, which I like, and I want them to focus even more on soccer so that maybe they can bring the price down and make it even more attractive, because right now they're trying to be everything to everybody in a way. But versus YouTube, talk about everything to everybody. This is going to be, it may have been a little bit unfair for me to include YouTube in this, but it is the world's largest streaming platform. However you want to categorize it, this is where people stream a ton of content. So obviously you've got me doing what I'm doing right now, but you've got a lot of other stuff. YouTube does have originals on YouTube Premium, so you can sign up for that, but generally speaking, everything on YouTube is free, and there's some really quality content out there. There's also, one of my favorite things about YouTube is how-to stuff, and so the story I like to tell was, gosh, this was got to be 6 or 7 years ago. I had a Hyundai Elantra, a 2003 Hyundai Elantra, and the headlight burned out, and so I went to replace it like I'd done 100 times on other cars, and it had this weird headlight assembly, and I had no idea what I was doing. And so I literally searched in YouTube. I said, replace headlight 2003 Hyundai Elantra. And somebody walked me step by step through the entire process. I love stuff like that. So YouTube has a ton of content, even outside of just entertainment. And so, like I said, because of that, and because of the fact that it's free, it might be unfair to put it in this, but we'll see how it stacks up if it continues on in the bracket. So we're going to start the vote, and I will start that in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start voting. Let me know, YouTube or Fubo. YouTube. Free, it's not fair. Yeah, maybe not. Like I said, might not be fair. YouTube, a couple Fubos, mostly YouTube. All right. Yep, all right. I'm feeling confident in calling it there. YouTube has run away with this as well. All right, so YouTube takes the next spot. Oh, I feel like I need to decompress for a second. I need a cigarette. Whew. That was a lot of voting, but we're not done yet. There are, what, 3 more rounds before we have an absolute winner, but this will go a little quicker now. So, I mean, yeah, Jet Kirby, we're on YouTube right now, but hey, that is because it's free and it's so accessible, right? Which are points in its favor, but is that enough? Is it going to be enough to overcome Disney Plus, for instance? Would you rather? I guess the question is, which one would you rather give up? So, let's go back to our first contenders here, Prime Video versus Hulu. Now we have finally a matchup between two pretty comparable services. A lot of times when we talk about streaming services, we utter Netflix, Hulu, and Prime Video in the same breath, right? And so now we've got Prime Video versus Hulu. No, I do not smoke, John. That was just a joke. All right, Prime Video versus Hulu. We've already talked about those and the criteria involved with each. So Hulu, obviously, when in your consideration, you can consider the fact that it can be very expensive, but you get live TV to go with it, or it can be really cheap, but you got to watch commercials. There's a huge range there, a lot of good original content versus Prime Video. It comes with Amazon Prime and all of those perks, but you maybe have a little bit less content. There's no access to live stuff for the most part. They do host a few live events now and then, but for the most part, it's not about live TV. So between the two of them, Prime Video and Hulu, which one? Let's say you had both and you had to give up one of them. So choose the one you want to stay with. Maybe to make that clearer, I want you to vote for which one you would give your money to if you could only choose one. So in 3, 2, 1, start voting, and I will try to start counting. This is going to be tough. All right, here we go. Hulu, Prime, Hulu, Prime, Hulu, Prime, Hulu. Yeah, Thursday Night Football is good. Oops. Hulu. Ooh, we might need an actual count on this. Oh boy. All right, I'm cutting off the voting. Oh, no, Mudkip, you can't count twice. Nope. Caught you. All right, cutting off voting right there. Richard Perez is the last vote. And I need to go find out where we came out on this. All right. So we got Hulu. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. God, my fingers are just killing me here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. All right. So 15 for Hulu, and for Amazon, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17. All right, Prime. Prime 1. All right, there we go. Which is a little surprising to me. Not a lot, but a little. I kind of expected Hulu to win, but I lightly expected it. Okay, moving on to the next one. All right. That is true. Somebody mentioned that Prime has Twitch. I do love Twitch. I don't use it a ton, but whenever I do, I really enjoy it. All right, Philo versus CBS All Access. Again, I'm shocked that Apple TV Plus lost in the first round. I feel like this is like Duke losing to, I don't know what, Father John's University, Nebraska, or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Philo versus CBS All Access. Which one are you going to give your money to if you can only choose one? And the voting is going to open up in 3, 2, 1, now. All right. All right, 15 seconds. Keep voting. Got CBS and plenty of votes for each, so it's too close to call right now. Jason, I didn't say it was Nebraska. It's not. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's call it there. Jacob, Paul, you're trying to sneak it in. Okay, we're going to call it with Angelo. Angelo is the last vote here. And where did we end up? My goodness, that's a lot of votes. Okay, so we've got Philo. Let's see if we just do Philo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22. All right. So we got 22 for Philo. Now we'll do CBS. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my gosh. Philo won again. Holy smokes. Is there like a Philo subreddit out there where you guys are just like bombing my video here to make sure that Philo keeps going to the next round? It's like the little engine that could. Very impressed. All right, HBO Max versus Netflix. This I'm really excited about because I feel like it's not that Netflix is bad. It's not that Netflix isn't worth the money, but I do feel like it was culturally ascendant for so long and it's sat on this peak of streaming dominance, and now it's losing its cachet a little bit versus HBO Max. HBO is possibly increasing in value even after the end of Game of Thrones, although that I'm sure that hurt to lose Game of Thrones. But either way, it feels like you've got one that's kind of past its prime. This is the fighter that's going downhill versus HBO Max, the up-and-comer. And I'm curious where you guys are going to come down on this. So let's start voting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so I am going to start. There we go. Sam Chen is our first vote for Netflix. Netflix. Yep. Okay, 5 more seconds. Okay, you guys are going with the tried and true. Netflix beats HBO Max, and that takes us to the big one. The big one in the what is this? The quarterfinals. Disney Plus versus YouTube. Disney Plus versus YouTube. I don't know what's going to happen here. The question here, because YouTube, generally speaking, like I said, it is generally free. But the question here is, what would you rather do? Watch commercials, like you got to watch commercials before our videos and many other videos, but it is free, and you've got bajillions of hours of content everywhere about everything, versus Disney Plus, which is going to have a lot of great original MCU Star Wars and other Disney content. It's got a lot of old library stuff coming up. If you had to keep just one and you could never watch the other one again, and you had to stick with one, which one would it be? In 3, 2, 1, start voting. All right, we've got Disney, YouTube, Disney. Oh boy. A lot of each. It's looking like YouTube is ahead. I couldn't keep track. You all went so fast, I couldn't keep track on my fingers. Okay. And we're going to close the voting in 5 seconds. And we will stop voting with Jacob. Oh, no. Okay, Mudkip came in at the last second. All right, so Mudkip is our last vote. That's where I'm counting from. All right. Disney. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. All right, I think we got 16 for Disney Plus, so I think YouTube won. YouTube 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It has officially won. All right, YouTube takes the cake on that one. You only have one. You're going to have YouTube. Yep, like I said, might have been unfair. I guess we'll see. Prime Video versus Philo. I don't even know what to I don't know what to do here anymore, because I would have guessed that Philo would have been knocked out by Apple TV Plus. And then I would have guessed that it would have been knocked out by CBS All Access. I guess it goes to show what I know. So, Philo versus Prime Video. Prime Video, I thought would have lost to Hulu, but what do I know? So now we have two, what I would have considered underdogs, going after each other. So Prime Video versus Philo. Again, this is on-demand versus live TV streaming. Both of them are cheaper-ish than their counterparts, but Prime Video comes with a ton of other stuff. Philo is very limited, but very cheap. So, all right. We're going to start the voting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Prime. Whoa. 1 for Philo, 2 for Philo. Okay, all right. Now it's finally a result that I expected. We'll call it there. It's a landslide. Prime. Not that Philo didn't get any votes. Some of you love Philo, and that's good. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm shocked and really happy to hear that Philo is doing so well. All right, next up, Netflix versus YouTube. Oh my. Now it's no longer YouTube versus something that hasn't come out. We know Netflix. We know what we're getting with this. And we know what we're getting with YouTube. So let's start the voting in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Jason comes in with YouTube. Netflix, mostly YouTube. No, wait, oh. Not Flix. Oh man, this is a tough one. We might actually have to go back and count on this. So, 5 more seconds. And stop. Okay, so Billy Bob, you got it in the last second. Okay, Darian, if you want to help me police that, I'm going to do my best to count, and I will try to keep track. Like Kamran, I know you voted twice, 3 times. So, yeah. And 4 times. Kamran, come on. All right, yeah, I'll have a better system next time. But let's see what we can find out. Let's see, I passed him. Okay. Here we go. YouTube, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $19. 2, 3, 4, 5, 26. All right, so I came to 26. If somebody wants to If it's really close, we'll recount. But right now, I've got 26 for Netflix. YouTube. Or sorry, that was for YouTube. So 26 for YouTube. Let's see where Netflix is at. Netflix, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or sorry, 1, 2. Yeah, Praju and Kamran, you're killing me. You can't vote that many times. Come on. All right, so Netflix. There we go. Let's start with Netflix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh, there's Praju again. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 for Kamran's first one. There's Praju again. 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 24. You gotta be kidding me. 24. 24. Holy smokes. If somebody wants to go back and double check, you're welcome to. But as it stands, YouTube wins with 26 to Netflix's 24. All right, so if you're voting twice, I'm going to try to catch you. So, all right. So, I guess what it comes down to, and I feel like I could call this right now and just say that YouTube won, but let's go ahead and vote. Prime Video versus YouTube. 3, 2, 1, and vote. Yeah, sorry about the jet noise. I live under an Air Force base, actually. Normally it's not too bad, but some days they do a lot of exercises. All right. Prime. YouTube. I feel like some of you are voting Prime just to like poke the bear a little bit. Would you actually give up YouTube in favor of Prime? I'm curious. All right, we're going to call the voting there. Okay. Stop. Oof. All right. Let's go there. Right there. Kevin Campbell is our last voter on that one. And I'm going to go ahead and call this for YouTube. Prime got a lot of votes, though. There we go. So let's just double check. YouTube, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 23, 24, 25. All right, so and 26. We'll call it 26. All right, and then that was YouTube. So Prime got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21. All right, 21. I thought it was going to catch up. 26 to 21. YouTube wins. Oh, boy. There it is. YouTube's your winner. So, in the great 2019 streaming bracket, YouTube reigns supreme. Surprising precisely no one, of course. But all the same, it's an interesting exercise to see, where you guys would who you would give your money or your time to. In this case, you're not giving a ton of money to YouTube, but you're giving a lot of your time and information to them. Every time you watch a video, you're telling them a little bit more about yourself. I do that constantly, so. Anyway, all right. What do you guys think of the results? If YouTube was not included, Netflix would win, says Kamran. That might be true. Although, without YouTube, Disney Plus would have probably given Netflix a good run for its money. So, I like this. Maybe I'll do this again in a month, and we'll just jumble them up a little bit more and take YouTube out of the picture, or maybe set it aside for a moment, give it its trophy, and let it go home, and then we'll let the other ones battle it out. So let's see. Free is free, says Evan. Yep, absolutely. If it weren't for sports, I would have no paid service, says Bruce. Yes, absolutely. I agree 100% with that. That is the only reason. Well, not necessarily any paid service. I wouldn't have any live service if it weren't for sports. All right. Surprise Philo went so far. Absolutely. Chris, you and me both. Let's see. Raju, I'm glad you liked it. I may make this type of stream again. Yep. So, if not YouTube, Darian says you're going with HBO Max. All right. People are sleeping on Warner Media with its DC Universe and all the brands it has. Yeah. I think HBO Max is going to do really well. I'm a little bit more down on what NBC Universal is going to be able to do with their library. We'll see. All right, Kevin, I agree. We need to see the interface of all of these streaming services. I actually just bought a new iPad, and so I should get Apple TV Plus for free for a year, right? For free. And so I'm gonna wake up early on November 1st and use Apple TV Plus so that I can give you guys a video right away about the interface and how it's looking, and let you decide. If you don't prepay for it, I'll try to let you decide based on what I see as soon as possible whether you want to sign up for Apple TV Plus. Raju, thank you. It's not going to be a great iPad. It's one of the lower tier ones, but it is going to be fun. It's going to help with car trips with the kids, right? So, all right. Bruce, you think NBC breaks out? Ooh, I don't know. There's a lot of runway for Apple TV Plus and Disney Plus between now and then. We'll see. We will see. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for watching. It's been almost an hour. This is easily the longest stream we've ever done, and I'm so glad you all participated. This was a lot of fun, and I'll be back next Monday to do a similar, not a similar stream like this. I'm sure, I'll shift focus a little bit. Maybe we'll do some other news. Or talk a little bit about the state of the channel, something like that. But I will be back again next Monday. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to, hit that bell icon so you know when new videos are coming up. I love getting your comments right away. The sooner you comment on a video, the more likely it is that I'll be able to respond to you. Because if it takes more than about a day, I have to move on to other projects and other videos, and so I'm able to watch those comments less. So make sure you hit that bell icon. See you in the comments. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.